Good evening, people. God, this is mad. This is the first time I have hosted in well over a year, probably like a year and a half. So first and foremost, if you are here, make sure you're smashing the like button. Secondly, don't bother commenting about me squinting, yeah? Because I'm going to squint, right? Pause. I didn't say quint, I said squint, yeah? I'm going to squint, yeah? Because I haven't got my glasses on. Haven't got glasses. Good news is I'm getting them next week, so I will be hosting more. But today I'm going to squint to read your comments, yeah? Don't comment about my squinting because I'm going to squint. Now, alongside me, I'm going to start backwards. First and foremost, I have alongside me Northside London. What's good, my brother? Very fitting you're here. Obviously, those that don't know, me and Northside started this thing together. So, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling. While Super Reds, Super Gooners are having emergency streams, I'm chilling, man. Friday night, having my little Maggie and my little Skittles. You know what I mean?
You know what? It would have been fitting if you had this time last year was Arsenal City on the Friday night, wasn't it? In the FA Cup. So, all right. What are you saying, Geordie Dread? What are you saying? Thank you for joining me last minute, but I felt it was important you were here. We need to talk about, firstly, the fact that you, man, have been given the boozer of Sunderland. Inside.
That caused a lot of problems, boy.
I'm hearing it's not just about that. I heard it's also about the fact that they've given Newcastle 6,000 tickets, yeah? And what they've done is they've given some tickets that are the season ticket holders would usually put in. And they've gone, nah, not today. Newcastle are having them, and then you can apply for tickets elsewhere. Obviously, they didn't get tickets as part of the season ticket, but still, they're supposed to get the opportunity to buy their ticket for the cup games before they go to anyone else. And instead, they've gone, nah, we're giving them all to Newcastle. So,
of course, and then taking over the bar, then they actually had they've made the bar.
Yeah, they've made the bar your bar. Mad.
And the old Peter Reid chants and all that. I'm thinking, but the owner came out and said it's nothing to do with me, about like you're the owner. Like that's wild. I don't care anyway. It's Sunderland. I don't give a
I heard that Adam Johnson's going to be in there waiting on you, man. But I don't know if that's true or not. But hey, we'll see.
Adam Johnson. You can't say them kind of names on the screen.
Listen, bro. I can and I will.
Them names there, you know.
Adam Johnson, Sunderland's finest. I swear he was from Sunderland. Pretty certain he was. Sunderland or Middlesbrough, either way. They can claim him.
Either way, I don't know about all the Johnson thing, but what I do know, it's going to be a big match tomorrow.
Yeah, we need to speak on it 100%. Traps booming. Mr. Traps, what are you saying, bro?
Wagwan. What's going on, people, man? Big up the Never a Foul family. Man like Cass. Man like Ty.
No, Cass is sleeping right now. Ty is doing his thing. So, and Monts is doing his thing. Listen, it's time that I start hosting a bit more because I've been slacking. So, I'm gonna step. I need to step up a bit more. And then, of course, the man of the hour. I'm sure he is going to be shaking his bum extremely, extremely violently. Pedro Porro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming there, saying, job done. I think one of the guys in the chat got it right. I am shaking my bum violently because at the end of the day, my club, they go out and do what they got to do. And to be honest with you, let me just stay consistent. Because someone asked me earlier today, are you bothered about the FA Cup? I'm not bothered. Northside knows me and him had a chat earlier in the week. If we get to the FA Cup final, I will be there. And I will take my son for a burger at half time. Do you get me? So that's what it is. You get me? I'll have it. It's a good day out. I'll enjoy it. But I'm still got my mind on the bigger prize. So don't get it twisted. But of course,
bigger prize.
That's why I will continue to shake my bum violently. I'm shaking.
So, hold on. So firstly, right, I agree with you. And hold tight, everyone in here. I see everyone in here. Please make sure the first thing you do is run up that like button. The more you hit the like button, the less we have to ask you to hit the like button because it'll push us out to more people. But get that ball rolling. Please smash that like button. I do agree with what you said about first and foremost about what the FA Cup is about. Because I remember my first ever game of football was the FA Cup third round against Barnsley at Main Road, and it was a 1-1 draw. And all I remember was someone ran on the pitch. There was a pitch invader. That's all I remember in a 1-1 draw. It was, that was when City really weren't that good. But that is the thing with the FA Cup. Like, it is one of them ones where it is a lot of young fans' first game. Like, do you know what I mean? Tickets go out; they're not season ticket holders, and everyone gets to go and watch the FA Cup. We actually had some great games against you back in the day as well. But when you said there, you just said that it's not what you've got your eyes on. What have you got your eyes on? Whoever said Thomas Cook days, Manchester City, Main Road. No. That was brother. Like Thomas.
Brother.
But this,
Brother and dead man.
this one narrative that people have when you say I've supported City like since back in the day, and they go, "Oh, Richard Dunn, Paul Dickoff, Thomas Cook, and them man there." No. Like,
No. You know what the funny one is? When they try to say Ilano, that's the funny one. When they say Ilano,
yeah, for real. But no, do you know what? It was before City turned shit. Like when City they weren't great, to be fair, but they weren't shit. We were like mid-table-ish Premier League, early days of the Premier League.
You were like a Crystal Palace then.
Bit better than that, I feel.
Wolves.
Maybe even a bit better. Maybe about that. Yeah. But anyway, we won't go there. We won't go there.
Anyway, we won't go there. Yeah. Okay.
Now, before Feed the Goat again. That was Division 2. I'm meaning players. I'm meaning are Uwe Rosler. In fact, even then, before Uwe Rosler, Keith Curl, Richard Holden, David White, Niall Quinn. You all know Niall Quinn.
Yeah.
Hugh Phelan, Tony Coton in goal. People might remember Tony Coton. Anyway, Gary Flitcroft. That's who I love, Gary Flitcroft. Then it moved on to Uwe Rosler, Paul Walsh. In fact, Rocky Rocastle. Some of you Arsenal fans, you'll know him. Anyway, let's move on. R.I.P. Rocky Rocastle as well, legend.
100%.
Right, so, Deji, you said that's not what you've got your eyes on. So, what do you have your eyes on?
No. The thing is, that and everyone on the channel, you've been with me when I've been making my comments, and the truth is, I'm not trying to big myself up in any way, but I stay focused on the prize, and for me, the prize is bigger. You get what I'm saying? And let me give you an indication. After the win against Bournemouth on the weekend, one of the dusty journalists said to Postecoglou, "Rah, you man are 1 point behind fourth, 1 point behind the Champions League spot," and he went, "We're 3 points off the top, mate," and I loved it. Because my man is speaking my language, my feng shui. So for me, the FA Cup is like you said, it's a good day out to take the kids. When you go out to an FA Cup match, you're getting popcorn. Do you know what I mean? You're having a drink at the pub before the game. You're having a drink at the pub after the game. And you're making sure you're getting the burgers and hot dogs at halftime. That's about it. You get what I'm saying? As for me, moving forward, my club, I don't want to quote Arsenal, so I'm not going to say bigger fish to fry, but we are looking forward and we are looking upwards.
Bigger jerk season. But you know what? Right. So let's talk on before the game. Your manager said a club the size of Spurs' size should be winning a trophy every season.
That's right.
So he's not. But are you saying, I hear you, mate, but that trophy must be bigger than an FA Cup or a Carling Cup as well?
You know what it is? What I'm trying to do, and Northside would probably agree with me in this. You see, when you set your bar low,
Hey, Deji, why do you keep referring to Northside, bro? Speak for yourself, fam. Speak for yourself.
He's gonna back what I'm saying. But let me just drop it real quick. When you set the bar low, you get low results. Traps, you're my bro. I done told you the Carabao Cup is nothing for us to be shaking our bum for. And we can see the outcome. Man United have become a dusty team because they set low targets. Man United was about the league. They were about trebles. They were about Champions Leagues. And as soon as they got excited about the Carabao Cup, we are seeing what we're seeing now. And it's the same with Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans now admitting that they don't have the depth. They're admitting that Arteta is not a great manager. They're admitting a whole load of things that I was saying at the beginning of the season because they set their bar at the FA Cup and the FA Cup only. And when you set your bar so low, you get what you deserve. Do you get me? And so I'm not surprised with some of the things I've been seeing from those teams. So I've learned from United. I've learned from Arsenal to go, look, if we just go for any of these 2 cups, we are not moving forward. So we've got to look past those cups, look for bigger trophies so that we can do something and sustain some sort of dominance or some sort of presence in and around the top end.
Oh,
for
damn,
me,
man's talking dominance already.
For me, you win the FA, you do what Man City, I'm saying this to you, you did not give a damn about the FA Cup last season. However, the FA Cup made the treble. You understand?
Hold on.
So you wouldn't be happy.
Hold on, Deji. Listen, I can confirm to you, right? I can confirm to you what you said there, partly. Yeah, I can confirm that I always have said if Manchester City now just win an FA Cup, it's a bad season, right? I can confirm that. However, you're now comparing Tottenham Hotspur currently with Manchester City, right? So let me take you back to 2011. Let me take you back, right, to 2011. Well, I can say with all my chest, when we beat Manchester United in a semi-final at Wembley, it felt like I'd won the lottery, yeah? Honestly, not winning the final, just beating Manchester United in a semi-final atEmbley was my dream come true. It's something I'd never dreamed of.
What year was that, bro?
And that was 2011. 2011. We hadn't won anything. We haven't won anything since the playoff into the championship. We haven't won anything since, I think, the early 80s. So,
when did the first iPhone come out?
Well, 2011. Let me give you some perspective on 2011. 2011. I'm divorced now. I wasn't even married. I wasn't even engaged, right? 2011, I drove a Vauxhall Astra, a black one. 2011.
What, SXA? SXA or what?
Oh, no, basic thing. Bro, 2011, I was happy that I was starting to do the career thing. I wasn't really doing the career thing. I think I was on 18 grand a year, right? 2011, I lived in a 1-bed flat. I had no daughter. My daughter's now 8. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is it was just winning a semi-final against Man United in the FA Cup on a neutral ground. I remember sitting in my flat thinking, I don't care about the final, bro. I don't like, but then we beat Stoke and it was the first bit of silverware. Now, that was 2011, right? We beat Man United. Then we beat Stoke in the final. Then that would have been June, July, August, September, October. 4 months later, we rocked up to Old Trafford and we beat Man United 6-1, right? 6 months later, 7 months later, we lifted our first Premier League, yeah? Now, if you're not telling me that trophy was a taste of blood, a taste of what winning a trophy to a new squad, to a team that hadn't won anything, bro, I never, ever, ever, ever discredit winning either of them. Even the Carabao. For me, the Carabao can be that catalyst to go on and want a team to win more in May. The FA Cup, the FA Cup is traditional. It's it's a trophy. We should never downplay any trophy, and we shouldn't. So, yeah, and I think Postecoglou knows that as well.
Yeah, look. A lot of Spurs fans disagree with me, and I've seen some comments in the chat, and that's perfectly fine. If you can be happy with the Carabao Cup, you can be happy with an FA Cup, and that's great. But I think if you want to be ambitious, you can't be ambitious just winning FA Cups. We don't want to be like our colleagues or our rivals down the road where they're shaking their bum violently because they've won 3 FA Cups in 10 years. Nah, that don't move me. Yeah, we want to be with the big timers. We want to be doing big things. Yeah, and if any Spurs fan is content with just winning FA Cups, then really you're the one who's not ambitious about our club. For me, I think we just got to push and go for broke. That's my attitude. And that, in a sense, is Postecoglou's attitude. People keep saying Postecoglou is naive. Why is he playing the high line with 9 men? Because the brother's going for broke. He's saying it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. And I love that spirit. So for me, I'm of that spirit. I want my team to go bigger. If it means we got to skip a stage, why not? Why do we have to play this process? You got to win the Carabao Cup. Then you got to win the FA Cup before you could win Champions League and Premier League. I don't buy that.
No, you don't.
I mean,
look,
do you know what I'm saying?
I buy into that belief. And what I would say is, I think what you just said there as well about at the start, you said about how you want to become dominant. Yeah. I think it's important if you want dominance, right? If you don't want dominance, now just quickly, hold tight, Quran, with the super chat saying why City hyping winning the treble if the FA Cup is not important. Firstly, thanks for the super chat, but I think that's because the FA Cup is part of the whole shebang. But winning a trophy should never ever be downplayed. For me personally, I will never downplay winning a trophy. Listen, West Ham winning the Europa Conference, don't downplay it. Like, it's still a trophy. Arsenal winning that many FA Cups, like, don't downplay it. It's still, you got to.
I hear what you're saying.
I hear what you're saying. I don't think you should. Me personally, I would never want my team to sacrifice the league for the FA Cup. But
I hear you.
But for me, again, if you're City, if you're Liverpool, if you're Arsenal, if you're Man United, if you're Tottenham, if you're Newcastle, if you're Aston Villa, you should have a squad big enough to be able to do everything.
Can I just say something quickly? Because I know you want to bring the others in. My thing is, I'm a bit old school. I don't like competition.
You don't like the FA Cup?
No, I don't like competitions being diluted. So let me just quickly go left to come right and make my point. If you're playing in the Champions League, you should be a champion.
Which you're not.
But you should be a champion. For me, winners of the league should be playing Champions League football. If you've come second, third, or fourth, you should not be in the Champions League, in my opinion.
Now you're talking old school, the way it used to be. If you win the Premier League, you're in the Champions League. If you finish, I think second, third, or fourth, you're in the UEFA Cup, and if you win the FA Cup, you're in the Cup Winners' Cup. I think that's how it was.
When you're finishing 8th in the Prem or 9th, and you win in the Europa Conference League, come on, you can't take that serious. And also, the problem we're having now is that the powers that be, FIFA, are adding too many competitions. You can't tell me that, Traps, Northside, that when we have the internationals, not the World Cup, not the Euros, the other thing, is it the European Conference League?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
If England won that, I don't think we're getting excited by that, bro.
No, I'm not a fan of that. The main reason I'm not a fan of that is because of the fact that it's come when, I think the fact that they brought that in just after COVID, where you have to remember COVID seasons, our summers were short for the players. And then we had the World Cup, which is in a mad season. Everything's been making the season longer. And then also we've got shitloads of internationals. That Nations League thing, for me, it's an attempt at international football to fight back. But for me, I'm not a fan of that either. I agree. I'm not a fan of that.
So my point being, there are some competitions that have been now. Unfortunately for us,
you like the Audi Cup? That's in the summer.
The FA Cup is prestigious. It's got history, but the history has been getting diluted over time because of the importance, the money behind finishing fourth. And the Champions League, the more emphasis is on that. So look, if Tottenham win it, like I said, it's a nice day out. But for me, the most important trophies that we need to be aiming for is the Champions League or the Premier League.
So this season,
I'm also not buying the narrative that by winning the Carabao Cup, it kickstarts your mentality. Because if it did that, we would be seeing a different Man United, and we would be seeing a different Arsenal. And so that's why I can't accept. You need to win it to move on, because we're seeing it with two of the clubs.
I've just done some real simple Big Shack 2+2 maths, right? So you said you didn't say bigger fish to fry. You've got.
We're looking up. That's what I'm saying.
You got pause. You got church season, right? You don't want to be looking up, bro. But so you said you've got other trophies that you've got your eyes on. Now, you're out of the Carabao. You're not in Europe.
Yep.
You're ruling out the FA Cup. So what you're telling me is that you want to win the Premier League. You've got your eyes set on the Premier League this season. What
I'm telling you is that there's 5 teams who can challenge the Premier League this season.
Okay. Let's talk about the game quickly. Firstly, the goal.
Yeah, look.
Cold.
I mean, Pedro Porro for me. Look, I think Tottenham, what we've got this season, and people take a step back, is arguably 2 wing backs that are almost reminiscent, or maybe potentially 2.0 on Danny Rose and Carl Walker. Carl Walker in the future, not now, but Porro has the potential to surpass him. The guy's full of tech, as he was just sourcing, and he's got that in his locker all day long. And it was a fantastic goal. To be honest, the only thing I would say about today's game is we were missing Basuma, we were missing Son, we were missing that kind of creativity, we were missing Madders. And if this is the team that's got to go to Old Trafford and try and get a result against Man United, then I can't see it because it just lacked something. I know they haven't played together, but in terms of winning a football match, and Porro all season has been sourcing. People don't talk about him, but really, if you're going to be talking about Trent, he's a top player and he's doing big.
Interesting, you said Trent. You see that comment?
What's that? He's been defending, mate. He's been defending. I disagree with that comment. Porro's actually been playing well, man. He has been doing. I
thought he was your driving force today. So I saw a tweet that made me laugh. Someone said that City are interested in him, which isn't true. But they said that's fine. We've probably got a Pedro Porro Peters in the.
I swear he was you lots to begin with. Though,
he was. But Pep. They were saying earlier he never played for us. I don't know if Pep even met him or anything. But he was. He came through. We owned him. I don't even want to say he came through our academy. We owned him. But no, I think honestly today I thought he was good, and I do think he was your driving force. It's mad, but I kind of thought. Because when I was doing the thumbnail, I was thinking, Jesus, I need something to happen because I don't know what I'm putting on the thumbnail, right? And I thought it's going to be Porro. Whether it's going to be Porro, whether it's a goal or an assist, it's going to be Porro because without Son, bro, I think tonight was, look, you're up against Burnley. I think Burnley enjoyed playing against a high line. I think Burnley liked playing against Tottenham because... But without Son, bro, I'll be real. I see why Ty was questioning if you can go to Old Trafford and get anything because, in fact, you've got a couple of players coming back, didn't you? I think in time, maybe.
Yeah, we've got players coming back, but also Postecoglou, he kind of experimented with a system that he knows doesn't work. What do I mean by that? He started off with Brennan Johnson on the left-hand side. We know from time that on the left-hand side, he doesn't do anything. If you're going to play Brennan Johnson, you've got to play him on the right to get him on the ball so he can just swing early balls in. That's how Richarlison got his goal on the weekend against Burnley with Johnson on the right. The other thing is because Lo Celso's been sourcing, and he prefers Kulusevski on the right-hand side, he had to go with that system. But I was shouting out, you need Kulusevski in the middle. And he made that switch. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, I think he was kind of tinkering with the systems. And I think tonight confirmed that I never want to see Brennan Johnson on the left ever again. And I think moving forward, until Madders comes back, he's got to start with Kulusevski in the middle. If he goes with that system to Old Trafford, then it's long for them Red Devils. If he goes and starts with the system we started with tonight, then I can see Garnacho, I can see Rashford, I can even see Haaland even doing bits because that doesn't work.
I hear you. And by the way, I have seen somewhere online something about Trent and Porro comparisons.
No.
Go on, Deji. No, please, Deji.
Yeah, no, I don't know why people are shaking their bum violently in their underwear in front of the fan in their yard. The truth of the matter is, Trent has been sourcing this season.
Thank you. Whoa. Forget this. It's not a comparison.
So has Porro. Porro.
Oh, it's not a comparison. It's not a comparison. You
No,
can't
bro,
do this.
you know what it is? We're looking at.
I'm not willing to be part of a channel that does that. I'm not willing to.
You're looking at when we talk about players and what they're doing, and it's something that my bro Traps does well. You're not just talking about the individual. You're also looking at the impact on the team. Has Porro helped Tottenham be a better team? Yes, he has. Has he contributed to our moving forward? Yes,
you know what it is.
And remember, bro, you got to remember, unlike Liverpool, who've had their back line, we are having to go with Ben Davis and Royale. I want to know if Trent can source with centre backs.
Can you see that you're doing obviously not North Side, but you're doing an Arsenal thing now? Yeah, that the reason why I'm saying it's not a comparison is this is like when Arsenal fans start doing the Rice Rodri thing, right? And to be fair, it's actually worse than that because the Rice Rodri thing, I can actually look at this season and say, all right, fair enough, but you shouldn't be doing that because it's more than a season, yeah? And when you say this is what the difference he's doing to you, what difference? You haven't won nothing yet. What difference? It's 18, 19 games, right? Like Trent, what, five seasons? 5 seasons being the game changer along with Salah for Liverpool Football Club. Like, come on, man. Like Porro and I've seen Zinchenko and Trent.
I didn't say that Porro trumps. I didn't say that Porro trumps Trent. I said that Porro is up there. From what he's done so far this season, he is up there. That's legit, and I stand by that.
Hey. So you don't care who you get in the next round. Can anyone here see Tottenham wanting to go on a run in this? Traps, can you see him wanting to win this? I can see Ange wanting to win this personally.
Well, yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know what Deji's talking about. He wants to. He's learned from United's mistakes, and he learned from Liverpool. You know what? You know who you need to learn from first. Try learning from Leicester City and Blackburn before you start learning from.
That's what we're trying to do, bro. That's what you heard me say.
And at the end of the day, right? No, listen.
That's what we're trying to do.
You heard me say. We're not trying to be like you, bro.
Let me talk.
We're not trying to be like you. You know that.
Well, you are. You are trying to be like us.
We're learning from you.
Why would you not be trying to be like us?
Because you man are dusty. We don't want to be
you
like
have Listen. Come on. You have spent. This is what I'm trying to say. You have spent, majority of your life wanting to do what Man United have done. Yes, we are dusty right now, but right now, don't get gassed off your 18 games, big man, because right now, when shit hits the fan like it normally does, you will have nowhere to hide with me, Deji. You know this already, bro. You have nowhere to hide. Don't start downplaying fucking FA Cup, like you're like I'm supposed to Cocklu is the next top Guardiola. You man need this cup, fam. Are you mad? You wait. Don't want it, but you need it. Yeah, you need it because you know what? Next season, when you step into next season and you're like, we're FA Cup champions. No one can't have chats for you, you know. No one can't chat for you. But right now, if you do what you want to do, aiming high and you bottle it, just know everyone's going to be in the stadium singing Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. That's
even if you win the FA Cup,
my real talk, you do need something to accompany that Audi trophy because it's a bit lonely still.
All right, so what? Two or three FA Cups? Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, that trophy comes through from 2-7. Are you mad?
No, you're suggesting you should know better yourself, my bro.
What do you mean?
2 or 3 FA Cups? Is that what you're offering? And a community shield? Is that what you're offering us?
I don't celebrate that.
Careful, my brother. Careful.
I'm for you.
The point is,
careful about it. You've never seen your team do anything at all, ever.
Okay.
Yeah,
do you know what I love? I do love when Northside, because it does happen sometimes, when Northside, people get this, we can speak absolute crap around Northside about Arsenal and it'll just take it. But then it's like, whoa. I am an Arsenal fan, you know. Listen, I do remember what we won. That is why I have the standards I have. I was going to say to you, Northside, you want your team? Do you want your team to go all the way in the FA Cup?
I want my club to win a major honour and then another trophy. Obviously, winning a trophy. If you win a trophy, yeah, whether it's the FA Cup or Carabao Cup, it's better than second place, third place, all the way down because you've won a trophy, right? But let's not forget, we got rid of Wenger because the last 10 years, all he could win is an FA Cup. Yeah. So at the end of the day,
where do you stand on getting rid of Wenger?
Yeah, FA Cups wasn't good enough anymore.
But do you blame Wenger? Do you blame Wenger? Because I don't blame. I always stood by when some of your fan base was saying about getting rid of Wenger. I was going, do you realise Wenger is the most loyal brethren you ever want?
I don't care about loyalty, bro.
No, but
no one cares about loyalty for the girl that
what I'm saying is he was being loyal to
you don't fancy. She's loyal. You don't care anymore. She's there.
Hold on, but what I'm saying is he was being loyal to your board. The reason you did not win anything more than an FA Cup is because of your board's objectives, your board's direction. So that's why.
Yeah, by lowering the standards.
Agreed. I'm not defending him. But I'm saying he was not the root of that. The root of that was your board. Of course, he was hiding it. He was helping to hide it. He was being loyal. But there's no coincidence that since Wenger's left, until recently, you man were paying off and this is me pretty much defending Arsenal people. You man were paying off the ground, right? And therefore, whatever manager came in, it was just doing what you were doing. Now, we've seen a difference when the ground was paid off. Arteta came in and you started spending money, right? Because now
I swear the thing as well.
That's when you started challenging again. You started challenging again once the ground was paid.
What is your point? I don't know. I don't get what is your point.
No.
Arsene Wenger wasn't pushing the board because they were allowing him to be,
maybe because he was part of the board.
Some of that crackling's coming through still. Arsene Wenger was being protected by the board, because he was back in this whole.
He was also protecting the board.
He was paying enough for being a specialist.
It's this. They were in bed together.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, they're both culpable. But what I'm saying is this, Somebody said, "Oh no, being in a title race is not as good as winning the Carabao Cup." Sorry,
No, that's not true.
When we compare clubs, we talk about trophies. Top 4 is not a trophy. We talk about, yes, we go from the best trophies. If you've won in Europe, if you've won your leagues, if you've won cups. No one says, but how many times did you apply the pressure by getting top 4? So I'm not hearing none of that. Yeah. Of course, winning a trophy is the aim of the game. But let me tell you something. Where Arsenal are at, the expectation should be to win a major honour. The expectation every season should be to win a major honour because every season you got a new chance of going for the league. I agree with Deji in the fact that you should be prioritizing the major trophies.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it's not successful also to win the cups. No, it doesn't mean that that's also okay and gives the manager the green light. My manager can win an FA Cup, and then save his job. He has to win a major honour.
Yeah. But can I ask Northside a quick question though, please, Dabs?
Yeah, go on, of course you can.
So let's say, for example, Northside, over the next 10 years, Arsenal, because we're going to keep doing this for a while, God willing, Arsenal win 6 Carabao Cups. Are you going to come on this stream in 10 years' time and be counting how many Carabao Cups you've won?
No, but it's not good enough. But my club ain't your club.
No, don't do that, my brother.
No, it's true. It's like when
I
think it's wrong. Is these days, what Deji's actually saying is correct. His club should be aiming higher. As a fan, he should be demanding major honours. He should be. The fact that his club ain't done it is irrelevant. He should have high standards to want to win major honours. You can't tell a Spurs fan you win nothing, and then when he wants to win major honours, but you're Spurs, you don't do. He should have that ambition. The same way I should have that ambition. Whether I don't believe Arsenal are going to do it, but the expectations should still be there. Man United being in the dirt doesn't mean that Man United fans should accept.
Northside. What you said there is
my manager's been here for too long. Sorry, major honour, get him out.
Northside. There's a few different things, right? There's expectations. And there's realistic expectations. There's what you dream of. Like I said earlier, fucking hell, I didn't even dream of winning a trophy. It's that mad. But like Geordie Dread's probably a good one to ask on this because your realistic expectations this season are what?
My expectations.
No.
What
What are your
now?
realistic?
What now? Or
If it was my realistic, it should be realistic.
No, not you, bro.
You.
Not you.
Me no side.
Oh.
Trying to,
That's it.
yeah. No time to start going on one day. You
I'm
mean now?
talking Sparky Cup.
You mean now or before the season started?
Let's go in now.
Wow.
All right, let's go with the season started. Fuck it.
No, the season started. Actually, could possibly go for the Champions League 4th, 5th again. As it stands, realistically, after the season's gone by, if you can fix up realistically, why not try and go for that at least 7th Europa Conference spot? That's for me that should be a realistic aim. Even as it is now with the bad form, it should be a realistic aim. Why not? You get what I'm saying? But quickly, so to come up record there, when Dej was like, like when you said, man, you are dusty and not trying to be like them, man, win the Carabao Cup and etc. But don't you think like just the status of Man United and Tottenham are a complete different skill in a sense of like, don't you think like you should like as a fan? For me, I would love Newcastle. I'm not comparing Newcastle to Spurs over the last how many years, but I would love to go for an FA Cup to start out to kickstart something. Well, you may run out for time, so shouldn't that be like an aim to kickstart?
His standards are correct, bro. His standards are correct to Deji. His standards are correct. You should be going for major titles, yeah. But he can also be happy. You can want to win the major honors, and you can still be content with winning the cups and still want more. So for Arteta, if he won the FA Cup and the Prem, I would be happy. But if he only won the FA Cup, now I'm not hearing it.
That's Arsenal though, bro. So what are you putting Arsenal and Spurs on the same level then?
No, but he should have that ambition for his club though. Because if we clown other fans when they don't have ambition, and then when they have ambition, we try to talk them down. Oh, no,
realistic ambition though, no side.
No, it's realistic. But Specs also, I can answer the question for you, and I want you to. I want you to receive this the love that I'm giving. I want you to receive the love that I'm giving.
Yeah. No
big six side should be shaking their bum for the FA Cup. So the way that we see the league is different to you, man. I know that Newcastle, Brighton, Aston Villa, you, man, are happy with trophies. And I think that's what it is. Because when I'm speaking to my Villa friends or Newcastle friends, they're like, yeah, we don't mind. We don't care, man. We would just love to day out and win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. Because you, man, are in a different place to where the big six are. You're coming. When you become a big done in the game, then you will see that the FA Cup just isn't enough.
Deji, I hate to say it, but I hate to say it. I hear you, but I hate to say it. But this is where I think you said earlier about how you want to dominate. I think because of the way Newcastle are approaching this, they've got more chance of dominating than you have. And with all due respect, I think that reflects your owner. Like, I'll always remember when we had you in the Carabao Cup a few years ago, and you could have, like, your owner did what you are now doing, right? Where he basically said, nah, I would rather get rid of Jose than win a Carabao Cup. And that dissed the fans, right? He did that, yeah? And I think that's a bit, like, I honestly believe you can't, like, there are levels to this, and I really don't want to come across arrogant, but once you, if you eat good every day of the week at home, then when you go out to eat, you want lobster and you want steak, right? But if you're having like spam and like tinned macaroni cheese, listen, I have some in mind, so I'm not knocking it. But if you eat like that, yeah, you can't then, when you go out, turn your nose up to salmon, right?
No, you're my brother, and I respect you highly. You get me? You're one of the biggest in the game, and I love our banter, either on WhatsApp or in this chat. What you can't do is pretend that people give a shit about a competition we know they don't give a shit about. And I tell you why. Let me tell you why. It stems from the team. When your manager is putting out a dusty team, if you care about a competition, you pull out your strongest team. That's what you do. Arsenal in the Carabao Cup will put out some idiot team. United will put out some idiot team. Newcastle will be resting players because your managers don't respect the
Newcastle won't be.
I'm only
doing that, bro. Can't afford that.
What I see these managers do. In the FA Cup, they do the same thing. Even on the socials, you can even see in the players' faces when they win these competitions, they're not even bothered. United,
but Deji, yeah, you could be a little bit more balanced in how you're viewing it. Yeah, for example, I'm not saying, yeah, if Arteta wins the FA Cup, I don't care what phase it in, I don't care, yeah. If he wins the FA Cup, I want the FA Cup and more. So you can still celebrate winning the FA Cup, but say, of course, I want more. Do you know what I'm saying? The way you're making it sound is like, oh, no, just bun it completely. Like,
no, I'm not saying bun it completely. No, I agree, bro. I told you at the beginning that if Tottenham get to the FA Cup final, I'll be in the stadium, and at halftime, I'll be buying a burger with my boy. It's a great day out, and I'm going to enjoy it. Do you get me? But I'm not going to start shaking my bum violently because I'm looking forward. Do you get what I'm saying? And like you said, you were able to articulate.
Last question before we move on.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway. No. If you, man, won tonight convincingly 4-0, would you be shaking your bum violently then?
At the end of the day, I'll be shaking my bum violently because I know it would be long for United, who we got next. I'm thinking about, when I'm looking at the Tottenham team, I'm looking at it from how can we manage without Son? How are we going to manage without Basuma? How are we going to manage without Sarr? Now, if we had slap top book Burnley 5-6-0 today, like I was hoping for, then I'll be telling Traps to his face, get off the line and don't come back until Feb, because you know we're going to do you dirty in your yard. But
so basically, what you're telling me is, you're going to Old Trafford with baggy tracksuit bottoms on. There's no bum shaking. Right, let's move on.
I'm not sure we can do anything.
Hold a second. I see exactly what's going on here. Deji does not believe that Spurs are going to win the FA Cup. So it's better to throw in the towel now and go on and talk about the league because it lasts longer. The hype can last longer than what it is right now. You're being smart, Deji, yeah? But no, bro, you can't fool me. Do you understand that? Man, talk, because you know what it is? He keeps going to this Man United game. You're making excuses.
Can I ask you?
Hold on 1 second. Let me finish. You're making excuses as to why, you can't beat shitty Man United at this present moment in time. You're already making the excuses, blood. Yeah, so I know what you're trying to set it all up so you can have smooth sailing through the game. But here's the thing. Man United is shit right now, yeah? You man are high flying. Make sure you come and do a job. Because you know what? With 9 men, you pay the high line. You love what your manager's doing, right? You love what he's doing. It's better to love and lost than to love and love the all and all that shit. So make sure you come and do that. Because if you don't, there's going to be serious questions being asked afterwards. That's the truth.
No,
and you're talking about Arsenal. You're talking about Arsenal and the way Arsenal are. Arsenal's thing is a different thing. At the end of the day, like the way football fans are, if you won the Champions League 3 times in 10 years and you never won the league, your fans are going to want the league because they've seen it. Yeah. They've seen it. They keep seeing it. Yeah. At the end of the day, Arsenal are not going to turn around. Arsenal fans are always going to turn around and say, we won the FA Cup if they won the FA Cup this season. Some might think it's not enough. It isn't enough, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, they're not going to turn their noses up at it. So why do you think for 1 second that we are going to sit here and believe that you don't want your team?
Because I've got a question right now.
To be looking more above because you know you can't win it.
Listen to this.
You can't win it.
Based on this question, and I'll stop talking for a bit, is how you're going to know. Is the game between Liverpool and Arsenal this weekend as big as if it would have been if it was a league game?
All right, let's move on to that. But before we
answer that question first,
we will. Hold on. Before we move on to that, there's over 400 of you in here. Don't know what the likes are on, but they won't be high enough. People, I'm going to ask you again. Please, just smash the like button one time. Then I won't need to ask you again. It'll push this video out to a few more people. Takes 5 seconds, so please smash the like button. Also, shout out to Fire Z Fist Z. Salah got that trim. He saw the Twitter cooking. Salah must have got a trim. So what does that trim mean, though? That trim means he's going to be cooking for Egypt, right? 138 likes, people. 420, 138. It's not even half. If you haven't hit the like button, firstly, salute to everyone that has. Anyone that hasn't, please go and hit the like button. So, your question.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
Thank you very much.
That was to you, Traps. The question was...
And to
Man
North.
United, and to... Well...
Liverpool Arsenal's game, is this the
first
game
and
this
North
weekend
side.
in the cup? Is it bigger? Is it as weighty as if it was a league game? Is it as important as if it was a league game between the two teams? Whoever wants to go first, please.
No, it's not. It's not. But it's a completely different.
It's what? It's not. How come?
Do you know
Liverpool
what?
Arsenal and it's not as big.
Yeah, but do you know why it's not? Yeah, but do you know why it's not? Because right now there's a title to be won at the end of the day. Yeah, but at the end of the day, don't get it twisted. Yeah, if Arsenal go and beat Liverpool, that gives them the mentality to say, yeah, they can beat them. So when they face them again, yeah, they might just think, yeah, we're going to turn them over. Liverpool might shit themselves and vice versa. So at the end of the day, it's not as big as it is, but it's still a factor in the season. And at the end of the day, right, it's not that analogy, whatever you're trying to do, doesn't make sense because Spurs were playing Burnley tonight and you still don't believe that you're not going to take it there to the final. You're talking about buying burgers and that.
Deji, let me ask you a question. In fact, hold on. Let me ask everyone in the comments first. Everyone in the comments. Is Arsenal, it's a simple yes or no. Is Arsenal in the FA Cup against Liverpool a bigger game than Tottenham versus United?
Why don't you just compare it with the league game?
In the league. No, in the league. In the league.
We actually got them in the league soon as well.
No. I'm saying Arsenal v Liverpool. Is it more important on the Premier League than Man United v Tottenham is on the Premier League?
100%.
I don't understand that.
Yep.
You don't understand it. What I'm saying is, in my opinion, again, listen, like your opinion with the Champions League, this is my opinion, but Arsenal v Liverpool in the FA Cup has more of an impact on the Premier League than Man United v Tottenham does on the Premier League.
Okay.
Of course it would.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I agree with most of what Traps has said, but the last bit I disagree. Yeah, I feel like my standards is this. Yeah, if you're a big team, yeah, the way we should be a big team, even though we're not moving like one, Arsenal, every game should be a big game. I don't think you discount any game to it's a little man. No. Every game's a big game. Every competition's a big game. You should be setting out to win every game. I don't put no. If you, especially with the hype from this fan base, but just on the fact that we are in the conversation of one of the biggest teams in England, for Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, these teams like that spend the money. Yeah, every game is important. There's no, it's not important. For me, every game my team plays, is a big game. I'm not listening to all of this. It's a big game, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What you have to remember is me, See me growing up, even in my 20s and that. You had to remember, like when I'm seeing FA Cup games, I'm seeing mad lineups, of FA Cup games until like the sixth round and that. That's when the big boys come out to play. So it's different. Do you understand? But nowadays, it's like, for instance, no one gave a fuck about the Carabao Cup until Pep started taking it seriously. Let's be honest about it. No one, like the kids got played in that. But obviously, it's true.
But that's only because in England the standard is low.
Yeah, that's
because in England. That's because in England the standards have been lowered, bro, since back in the day. Back in the day, it was about winning trophies. Now it's about getting top 4 and getting that Champions League money. But that Champions League money stuff, is a myth because the amount of years that Arsene Wenger got Champions League, no one comes out with a record. Oh, it's a trophy. The amount of years that Arsene Wenger got Champions League, it's all crap. The things that stay with your club forever is the trophy that you win. That's it. Everything else is hot air, and everything else is to gas everybody else that's not going to win it and lowering the standards of the fans. And this is why, even though with Deji, I disagree that he completely discards the FA Cup. He should be expecting. He should, as a fan, be expecting major honours as being one of the biggest clubs in England. That should be the expectation. Whether you believe it, because Daps keeps saying, oh, but is it realistic? It's only not realistic because his fan base, like my fan base, lower the standards to not want to win anything.
And his manager. No. It's not just that. No. North side. It's not just that. The
same with
is,
Man United. Man United, glory Man United. Now Man United fans are getting happy just to get top 4. Not all.
North side.
The majority
It's not just the fans. North side. Let's be real. It's not the Tottenham fans that lowered the standards. It's the Tottenham chairman. It's the Tottenham owner. They were in a final, and he said no. And he said no thanks. He said no thanks. We don't want this. We want to get rid of the manager because we want to run it as a business. That's who.
You're right. And, people talking to me about Tottenham's ambition, rare. We've got the best stadium in world football. We're doing things off the pitch. On the pitch is where we've got to get right. But I need to ask Traps a quick question. Traps, do you think Arsenal will play their strongest lineup against Liverpool this weekend? Because people keep coming at me, but I take my stance from what I see with my eyes. Will Arsenal play their strongest lineup this weekend? And whatever answer you give, explain why.
They should do.
I don't want to hear should. I want to hear what. I think they should. I think they should play. I think they should. Do you know what? I'm actually going to stand on it. I think they will. I think going into the game against Liverpool, the last game at Anfield, I don't think they came out of that. They came out of that quite lucky with this when decisions got made. They didn't embarrass themselves, but they came out of it lucky not to lose. So I don't think for 1 second that Arteta's going to concede playing a weakened team against Liverpool just for the sake of it, because like you said, these lot are in battle for a league right now, whether we like want to hear it or not. So there's no games where they think you're gonna be, let's play a weakened team because we've got bigger fish to fry. Because Arteta, even though people say bigger fish to fry and whatnot, Arteta never went into any of these games that they got knocked out expecting to lose. He didn't. No manager does. I think the thing is as well, last season, right?
Yeah, he's just not good enough.
The hardest thing is as well. Hold on. The hardest thing is as well, right? When people say about will they play the best team, none of us know what Arteta thinks his best team is. None of us know what Pep thinks his best team is. None of us know what. No. Let's be real, bro. When it gets to the business end of the season,
Kivio is not the best team. No way.
People rotate based not just on, it's the FA Cup, we're going to rotate, especially when there's a 2-week period. But they also rotate based on how players are performing in training. Now, players might be performing worse because of the fact they know it's the FA Cup coming up, right? But things like that also. But I also think that Arteta might have thought about last season, because like I've said before, last season, City played Arsenal in the FA Cup, and both teams rotated. City less, but we were playing with a lesser team at that point. Rico Lewis, at the age of 18, was playing and whatever. And in hindsight, Arsenal missed an opportunity to beat City. I think this is a point where Arsenal need to look at the last time they played Liverpool at Anfield, and it was a draw. This one's at the Emirates. If Arsenal put a strong team out, there's no reason they don't beat Liverpool, right? Now, what that does after two losses, and people can downplay, but listen, when City were in a bad run of form, people weren't downplaying the run of form we were in, right? So we have to be real. Arsenal have lost their last 2 games. They now face Liverpool at home, which is a winnable game without Salah. They put their strongest team out. They've got 2 weeks to rest afterwards. It's a no-brainer for me. Arteta should put a full-strength team out to go and blow Liverpool off the park, or, you know what, win 2-0, 2-1, win by any means, so that the players know, so that afterwards, when the players are walking in the dressing room, he can say, see, you lot are good enough to beat this team, and we got them here in a couple of weeks' time, right? Whether he will or not, but I think Arteta will learn from last season. I think
he will learn from last season. He will learn. Why didn't he learn from last season to get a focal point?
It's like I was Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan. Then I just set that one up.
What do you mean? No. You said he'll learn from last season. So I want to know what you mean by that. Because for me, as a fan, unfortunately, because I'm bunched in with these loser fans that get rattled by me giving them the reality check that they deserve. If he learned from last season, why didn't he get someone better than Odegaard? Because that guy is inconsistent. Why didn't he go and get a player that can actually do the Xhaka role and is actually better, instead of getting Kai Havertz that can't travel with the ball, can't work in tight spaces, doesn't create anything? If he learned from last season, how come people are telling me that, Saliba got injured. That's why we lost the league. But then we got rid of Rob Holding. That wasn't good enough. Didn't replace him with a better player. And now we got Kivior, which we had last season. But he was put on the bench over Rob Holding. Because maybe he isn't good enough either. We got Timber.
Maybe.
Now we're resorting back to Zinchenko that can't defend. Got cooked by Salah. Got cooked against Aston Villa. Got cooked in the West Ham game. And has always been getting cooked. How come he didn't learn that he needed to get a top goalkeeper, but now we got 2 goalkeepers that are roughly around the same level, making the same level of mistakes? How come he didn't learn that we needed rotation for Saka? Because in 4 years, he didn't go out there and get a right winger. In 4 years. And at the end of every campaign, Saka burns out. How come he didn't learn that the best way to get the most out of this team is playing the way we played last season? But this season, we're not playing expansive football and we're not putting the ball away. It's almost like he doesn't know that.
Do you think every single bit of blame goes on Arteta?
Have a focal point.
Do you think every single bit of blame? Like, listen, I hear a lot of what you say.
Yes, I do, because every time it goes right, they blame Arteta. So if it goes wrong, they can blame him as well. You can't just say every player that works out, oh, Arteta masterclass, and then all the players, and there's about 8 or 9 players I can name off right now that are bums.
Listen,
when he come into this game, I'm going to say one thing. I'm going to shut up. When he come into this team, he had to rip up contracts because certain players weren't good enough. They wouldn't leave.
He did.
Well, guess
rightly
what?
so. 4
years on, we got a whole bench of players that we're struggling to move on. So what's changed? We can't move on Cedric, who's supposed to go on. Yeah. Lakonga's out on loan because he ain't good enough. Fabi Vieira's another bum that he bought in that ain't good enough. Runnison, Tina Turner was another one that he bought in that wasn't good enough. Yeah. He got rid of Willian. That was a flop from the start. You know what I'm saying?
He signed him, though. He signed him as well.
Right. Sorry, can I just... Right. So there's some stuff you said that I agree with. I do think Xhaka, I think Xhaka, big miss, 100%. I think they're getting a second goalkeeper. There was no need for that. I think Timber was looking like such a good option for you lot. And that one was unlucky. But then... maybe getting rid of Tierney straight afterwards. Now, in hindsight, Tierney, I believe, is now injured, but we didn't know that, hindsight. But when you're talking about why has he changed the way he plays, and first, a couple of things. Firstly, why has he changed the way he played? Maybe because the way teams play against you is slightly different, right? Now, second thing, you talk about how the team is off the ball this season. Now, I've heard for many, many seasons about how it's easy to get a team to go one season, but getting them to, you burn out, right? You burn out. So again, that is on Arteta, but do you think some of your players are just actually tired at the moment?
No, I think he's not playing to the players' strengths. He's not playing to their strengths. Last season, we had Ben White overlapping Saka on the right-hand side. That doesn't happen anymore this season. We've got Zinchenko in the middle, not affecting the game the way he should do, because the front three are static and the midfield is static. Yeah, he's got 1 assist. Zinchenko's got 1 assist. Zinchenko's got 1 assist.
It's not an excuse, by the way. It's reason. But do you think your players are tired at the moment?
Well, then that's down to the manager, because you've got a whole bench of players that you've bought or re-signed that you no longer trust. That's on you. You can put that on the Tottenham manager, but he hasn't been there long enough. This manager's been here long enough to make 20 signings and a couple of re-signing players that are not good enough. That's on you. That's your management. Because we keep the same energy when it comes to Man United. When flipping Floki from Vikings at Man United, flipping Ten Hag, when he's bringing in players and it ain't working out, we put him to blame. Yeah?
100%.
But this is what I'm saying. So why is the goalpost different with Arsenal fans when it comes to Arsenal? Because they're quick to say, oh, Anthony didn't work out. Oh, Rasmus didn't work out, which they didn't. So hold the same energy for your manager, because a load of his signings ain't working out and he's not trusting them. And you know he ain't trusting them because he's only using them when we're trying to win the game. He don't trust them. He's taken to 70 minutes to bring a lot of these bums on the bench to come on. That Arteta filled up, but I can't wait till you get sacked and these man get the smoke. And the end of the season, I'm going to be unbearable. You man think this is a 3-course cooking. Yeah, this is only cooking one. This is only.
I hope you get to cook. Listen, bro, yeah? I'm all for you.
Some people in the chat are a bit rattled. Don't worry, I'm going to rattle you properly at the end of the season. Yeah, for all the abuse I get for telling the truth.
You see when you say they're tired and that though, yeah. Like, what do they have to be tired? If you actually look at the amount of games,
bro, I'm not giving an excuse. I'm not giving an excuse.
That team should have been tired. They were pushing you for 4-5 seasons. One season,
hold on. No. I need now. You rattled me. You want to
And
talk
we're sponsored by Prime. Why are we sponsored by Prime?
North side. You've rattled me now. When you want to talk about tired, you said that Liverpool team have chased you 4 or 5 years. What about the team that have kept doing it for 4 or 5 years? Who's the tiredest?
That is my point. You've completely missed my point.
I'm not giving an excuse. I'm giving a reason. There are valid reasons, right?
That ain't a valid reason of tiredness, because you guys have more reason to be tired. Liverpool had more reason to be tired after chasing you for how many seasons? 1 season of chasing you. We're tired, and we're sponsored by Prime. My stadium is, we're sponsored by Prime, and we're tired.
Are you sponsored by Prime now? Are you sponsored by Prime? Anyway, Northside, let me ask you a question.
Negative.
Let me ask you a question. Obviously, you've seen your fan base, which personally I feel is an overreaction. Especially, do you know what? I think after the West Ham game, that was an overreaction. After the Fulham game, I kind of get it because your heads are gone because you think mentality. But would you say that if you lot lose to Liverpool, then there's going to be some serious shouts for Arteta? Now, listen, people, I'm asking a question. I'm not saying, but Northside, do you think this is a must-win for Arteta?
I've already told you, every game is a must-win. Every game is a must-win. When you're a big club, that's the mentality, no? That every game is a must-win. For me, listen, it's a must-win. I'm not, he has, bro, I want to win a cup and I want to win a major honor. I want to win everything. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to win everything. But with this fan base, there are bigger fish to fry. So you already heard the excuse last season. If we get kicked out, they'll have the same excuse this season. Yeah. Now, the players are tired. Less competition. It's always an excuse for this fan base. It's always an excuse. That's why I rattle them, because I hold them to account, and they can't take a fellow Arsenal fan actually having standards. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, at the start of every season, they're buying Invincible shirts. You love to celebrate Invincible. That's a title-winning team, but you don't want no more titles. But I'm negative. But you man can't shut up about the Invincibles. Why can't we go and win another trophy? I don't care about these men. Just quickly.
Hold on one second, Northside. Just quickly, hold tight, Andy, who's saying, be prepared for Saka Gomez Part 2, LFC Strongest 11. See, this is a thing. I actually think if Saka was given a bit of a rest, I think Gomez has been really poor this season. I'm not hearing any sort of Gomez hype, but I do hear at the moment Saka is looking a bit tired. He's looking a bit lost without Ben White overlapping a bit. But I know.
He's not tired.
I know Geordie's gone, but
he's not tired. He's a Premier League player. He's an athlete. He's not tired.
Bro, no. I hear what you're saying, bro.
Liverpool played in 4 finals, bro.
Hold on, bro.
Yes?
Listen, bro, we've all done this. I'm not giving excuses. I'm giving reasons. He's a young lad, yeah, and he has been played a lot. Yeah, I hear you, bro. But listen, bro, let's look at Newcastle as a prime example. Newcastle look tired right now, yeah? They do, right? So tiredness is a thing. Listen, I agree with you. I will always say City, Arsenal, Liverpool United, Chelsea, Newcastle, Aston Villa. There's probably another 1 or 2 clubs in there, maybe at a push, right? There are no excuses, because if we are tired, then something to do with the fitness isn't right. If we don't have the right players, it's because the club has not bought the right players, or we have small enough squads. But they are talking points, there are reasons. And I do think Saka of all people, listen, it is on Arteta. Arteta, he's playing Eddie. We know Arteta has faith in Eddie, right? We've seen it with our own eyes. He has faith in Eddie, yeah? Jesus can play on the right, you know. Jesus has played in a Premier League winning team on the right. So if Saka needs a fucking rest for 1 or 2 games, play Jesus on the right, because you trust Eddie. So play Jesus there and give Saka the rest, because 2 games could be a world of differences. But the question I wanted to ask is, do we think... go on, Traps, go on.
I'll be so real with you, bruv, yeah? You see, if I owned a club, yeah, and I'm shelling out wages in that, family, you think you can come in my office, yeah, because you played 2 games of football that you've been playing since you was a kid, that you love, and I pay you hundreds of bags a week to play. You think, tell me about you're being tired, bro. There's man that get up at 6 in the morning and go scaffolding and scaffold 5 days a week, bro. Get £1,000.
No, but bro, let me be real. No, but be real, bro. Be real. Listen. So, all right, let me give you 2 examples in the real world. Firstly, on Wednesday, I woke up in the morning and I was tired. So I messaged my boss and said, can I use some holiday, please? I'm tired. Cass right now, because Cass has been working his ass off. Cass is sleeping because he's tired, right? Now, every now and again...
But Cass delivers. Huh? But Cass delivers. Is he doing his job?
Oh, come on. We're going to say Saka don't deliver. Come on, bro. Huh? Come on. This is not fair.
Saka. I'm talking about the team. Saka's tired, because we came into the season. I think he was almost hitting 90th appearance.
And listen, that's on Arteta. I hear you.
That is on Arteta. Yeah, we agree. It's on Arteta. But they don't want to put it on Arteta because you can't say nothing against the guy. You know what I'm saying? Since there's no better man than Arteta, we better lock down the club, innit? They said the same thing with Wenger. Who are you going to get?
Since we're doing this tired thing, I ain't going to lie. I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about.
So one last thing.
Just at the end of the day, right? Yeah.
Squash what Daps is saying.
First, Deji second.
When you say
Deji first
and foremost, no one asked me about what my thoughts were about the Arsenal team. I don't think Arteta puts out a strong team, but we can talk about that on another stream. Bro, one thing we know, and I'm looking at all you man because you man work for a living. If you know you're gonna,
what do you do then?
If you know you're going to get paid well on the day, you have more energy, I lie.
Agreed.
Because you're getting 500 or 600 pounds for the day. There's a certain energy that you come with. If you know you're getting paid £6 an hour, you're not going to have the same energy. Now, you can't tell me somebody that is on 300 grand cannot find the energy because that's how they make their living, bro. Unless he's ill, he's not tired. I'll
be straight up with you, yeah. When I put performance-based bonuses in your thingy, it's not. You can't come and tell. You agree to hit if you hit this, you're gonna get paid this. So what are you talking about tiredness for? Because at the end of the day, if you get 15 goals this season, you're getting a 10% bonus, mate. So so tired for me is not an option here. It's not an option. Like get out.
It's an option for Saka.
Furthermore, I'm on the phone to the agents like, listen, is there any better talents than this guy? Because he reckons he's tired.
I reckon if they're tired, players fake injuries, bro. My back is hurting me. If 100%. He's genuinely tired, he's hurting him.
My back is hurting.
Right now, I'm not going to lie. Sorry, but I can't miss the opportunity. Listen, it's all banter. You sounded like a Scouser then. I'm not going to lie. Listen, nine likes away from 200 people. Check your likes. If you haven't liked, please smash a like. Last one.
Go
on then.
I want to ask you a question, Debs. Like, cool. Yeah. You are Josh Kroenke right now. Yeah. Saka comes into the office and says to you,
I come out with a statement.
I'm tired. Listen, I'm tired.
Palestine. That's what I do.
18 games on, yeah. It's 18 games in.
Palestine statement.
It's 18 games in, yeah. 18 games in. He comes in and says, I'm tired. What are you going to tell him?
Well, firstly, I doubt Josh Kroenke's got an actual office at Arsenal.
You know what I'm saying, though? You know what I'm saying? Listen, Daps, come on, man.
I hear you. Listen, I hear you. I do hear you. But by the looks of it, Arsenal go and complain to the PGMOL. That's what happens if Saka comes in and says that. But look, I hear you. But tiredness is a thing. Footballers can get tired mentally and physically. They can. Listen.
Yeah, but so did my mum when she was raising 3 kids and she was working 3 jobs.
I hear it. So did
Sis. Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to tell you about mentality, bro. This is what I'm telling you about mentality.
Oh.
You see, me in football, yeah, mentality is the biggest thing, yeah, you have to have because there's certain men out there that are technically shit players, like man, are not good. Like, they're decent players, like Milner. Milner has a certain mentality, yeah, that he wants to play football at a certain level and he wants to play. Yeah. He wants to compete, bro. If you've got a mentality where you think you can ring me up and tell me you're tired, or you can fake injuries, or you can, or this, I don't your mentality because I never heard these things coming from man like Roy Keane or
I agree with you.
or Giggs or none of these man that they was tired. I never heard any of this shit. And them man used to play. Them man used to compete for league after league after league after league after league after league after league. So how are these man that ain't won nothing telling me they're tired, bro? Are you mad? Get out of my office, bro. Get out.
Listen,
get out.
bro.
After they got personal chef, they got dietitians
Personally-
and that. You know what I mean? They get
as-
massages and that.
As a City fan, I agree with every single word you've said, right? However, tonight I am hosting, and do you know what? I kind of want to play devil's advocate. I agree with everything you said. Milner's a great example. Do you know what? I hate to say it, but a lot of English players, Milner is a surprising one as an English player, but, you know, I've seen tiny little things like David Silva once at City got offered an Eccles cake to see what it tasted like on the YouTube channel, and they gave him a whole pack. He had one bite of one and then goes, nice, and went to hand them back. And they said, no, they're for you to keep. And he goes, no, I don't eat things like this. So, bro, it's a mentality thing. The last thing I wanted to speak on was Newcastle. So Newcastle have Sunderland. At Sunderland, do you think, and I've seen quite a few Newcastle fans say, Sunderland fans say that they're quietly confident going into this, and I've seen a few Newcastle fans say that if Eddie Howe loses this, then they're coming for his neck. Pause.
That's crazy. That
Is
is
it?
absolutely crazy if they're going to go for Eddie Howe. What I don't like is people, I know football is about results, but you've got to look at what the brother is dealing with. Newcastle have lost the most players due to injury than any other club in the Prem, and they're still trying and they're still kind of up there. So put it into context. If they had a full team or Arsenal, only 2 players missing, then they've got no excuse. But these men have had about 14 players missing. He can't be losing his job. But the problem is the Newcastle board do not like Eddie Howe. They thought he was going to flop so that they can bring in a Mourinho, they can bring in a Conte, and then my man got Champions League. And because he's got Champions League, you can't get rid of him. So he's in a job and he's staying in the job until he drops below the new standard for Newcastle. And that's the problem. And I think that is brutally unfair because this man has done miracles. He's not spent the P. He's had the money, but he ain't spent it. And what he's achieved with Newcastle is nothing short of a miracle. If he spent money and done that, we can say, it's all about the money. So Eddie Howe's done a great job, but his job had been on the line. From when that management came in, those owners, they want a big name. And unfortunately for Eddie Howe, he ain't a big name. And he knows
they signed him up.
Yeah, they signed him because he was temporary, bro. But they weren't expecting to get Champions League football with him. They were hoping he can steady the ship, be about
They signed him up. They gave him some dough. They gave him dough to spend. He saved them for relegation.
Oh, they weren't expecting
They
him
had
to
to give him the dough.
four.
But listen,
You really
I'm not
think
gonna
that?
lie to you. I don't give a dash about Eddie Howe. Yeah. If Eddie Howe, I want Mourinho back in this league because you know what? I've been hearing a lot of man talking a lot of smoke about Jose Mourinho. He's washed. His football's he's a dinosaur. This, that, that. I want him to get that Newcastle job because I want you lot to see something. I'm not gonna lie. I actually want you lot to see something. Yeah, because all these man, especially my club and that, talking about all of a sudden now it's all about, we need time. We don't need Galactico signings. We don't need this, that, and the third. Watch man like Mourinho come in and do a job, do a madness, over a couple of years with all the money in the world to spend, if they can spend all the money, of course. I don't know if they've got problems and whatnot, but I'm telling you now, you man are going to see something because right now, man's done back-to-back finals with Roma, and man, are saying that he's washed. There's certain man that's in this league that can't get nowhere near it, blood.
Well, there's still finals, but let me just. The reason why I ask this is it follows on perfectly from what we were talking about with Arteta. That we've agreed that Arteta is to blame for overplaying Saka, right? Now, we saw Klopp. When Klopp first arrived at Liverpool, it took them about a season and a half to get up to pace with what Klopp demanded from them, intensity-wise, fitness-wise, running-wise. Eddie Howe demands the same from these Newcastle players. So, in hindsight, Eddie Howe knowing this, did you not make sure that, you manage that or you get the players in that can work to that? So I don't think if Arteta has to hold shots for Saka being injured or for the players being tired, right? Why should Eddie Howe not hold the same smoke?
No.
I
Is this
agree.
you playing? Are you playing devil's advocate? Because I don't like it.
Maybe.
I don't like
Maybe.
it.
But Deji, let's be real. He's getting sacked anyway. Deji, he's getting sacked.
I agree with you. I agree with
Like,
you.
it's going to get to a point with Newcastle where they're going to win stuff, yeah? And he's not going to be the guy to win them
Exactly.
major honors. The
Yeah.
ownership is about, they've come in to win major honors. Let's keep it real.
And the
Eventually he's
reason
gonna
why I asked, and that's why I asked about the fan, why I mentioned the fans, because look, I've always said, and I've actually thought maybe I was wrong, that he will take them to a certain level, a bit like Mark Hughes did. Then when it gets to that point, yeah. Well, I wasn't comparing him to Klopp. I was comparing the style of football. It's kind of heavy metal, intense football. It's very physical, right? But I always thought that he'll take him there, and then sooner or later they'll go, "Thank you, you've hit your ceiling." Northside, what I always say to you when you scream for Arteta out is, I've always said, listen, yeah, the minute you are finishing lower than you did the season before, I hear it, right? But while you are continuing to improve, it's mad to scream manager out, right? Now, Eddie Howe last season, they finished 4th, I believe, and they won they got to the Carabao Cup final. Well, they're out the Carabao. We'll see if they go out. They'll probably go on a bit of an FA Cup run, but I can't see him finishing in the top 4. Now, if the fans continue to back him religiously, the owners will give him till the end of the season. But I'm not going to lie. If the fans turn on him, I think the owners will. I honestly think the owners will turn on him as well.
I agree. But just to caveat this, because we're dealing with Newcastle, but I just want to ask this question so it helps me understand what you're saying. Do you honestly think if Arteta finished 4th with Arsenal this season, he would lose his job based on what you just said?
I did, although the other day Traps made me get into this. Trap did this weird conspiracy thing where he told me that maybe this is just basically the younger Kroenke doing what the elder Kroenke did and getting Arsenal back to a Champions League finishing team and being happy with that and just voodooing the. But I'm
based on what you said, he's not progressed.
No. But based on what I think at the moment with Arsenal, I'm going to stick with it for now, is I believe that Arsenal's model with Wenger was basically, it was the success. Then it was a case of get the stadium paid off we haven't got much money to spend on players. Stadium is now paid off. They're spending big money. And I honestly believe that is because Arsenal want to be a Premier League winning team again. But this time, when they get there, they don't plan on dropping off because they have to pay for a stadium. I believe they will continue to spend to continue to challenge season in, season out. I believe that Arsenal want a Champions League. I believe that Arsenal want to retain a Premier League. So I'm going to stick with right now. They would go, no, Arteta is the right man for it. But I'm kind of like that now. I don't know. If they finish third or fourth, yeah, they might get rid of him. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I don't think they get rid of him. I think they say they're continuing with this kind of project and that he's developing players and rare. That Arsenal will not get rid of Arteta. I don't know. I'm not. Huh?
What did you say he finished?
Fourth. If Arsenal finish fourth, does Arteta lose his job? Of course he doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know.
I agree with Deji. I think he's on.
I don't think he does either.
I don't think he loses his job. The fans won't call for it because these fans.
No, they will. They will, bro. By the end of the season, if you're not challenging, the fans will call for it. They will.
I don't believe so.
Nah, listen, yeah.
I don't believe so. It will be, it's our first year back in the Champions League. We had to rotate Champions League and Premier League. But if there's fatigue, we couldn't get a striker in January because it's expensive. And, bro, this fan base are A1 at creating excuses, bro. A1 at creating excuses. Yeah, they'll create an excuse before they hold anyone to account that actually runs this club.
Listen, I told you, like I said to you the other day, Daps, yeah, these men have fallen victim to the rebrand, yeah. At the end of the day, Stan Kroenke's disappeared. Josh Kroenke's come to the forefront, yeah. Bums are going on seats now. Because, bro, I got brethren. One of my best friends is Arsenal through and through. Yeah, I'm talking back in the day, you go in his yard, bed sheets, Man's got soundtracks with Ian Wright singing and D Dixon and them man singing on CD and them thing there. Like he's a serious man when it comes to Arsenal. He's telling me he can't get tickets no more. He can't go to games no more. He said 18 months ago, 2 years ago, he could have went there because there was no one there. Not to say there was nobody there, but there was a massive drop off of fans. So all they've done is they've done the rebranding. I remember when the stadium was getting built. From what I remember, that part of the loan agreement to build that stadium was that Arsene Wenger had to be the manager. That was part of the agreement. I don't know if that's true, but I've read something about this. But at the end of the day, right, look, these men are not going to sack a man when everybody knows that the Cronkies are happy with top four. Arteta has ambition. Don't get it twisted. He has ambition. He's come from City as a second, has ambition. He might want to win. But I personally don't think he's good enough to dominate a Premier League for.
Do you think he could be, though? Do you think he could be in the future? Because we have to remember, he's new to this. No, Northside, hold on. Northside, I'm not telling you that Arsenal should stick with him because, stick with him over 10 years. What I'm saying is we have to remember, this is fact, not opinion. The fact is Arteta is new to management, yeah? So I'm not telling you must stick with him. What I'm saying is, could Arteta, managers do have longer lifespans than 5 years. Do we think that Arteta in the future, he's showing potential that he could be a top manager? That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm not saying you have to fucking hold on to him. I'm just saying,
no, he's not, bro. No, he's not, because he's not learning from his mistakes. He's not learning from where he needs to adapt the way he's doing things. That's my problem. Above everything else, how are we going?
You got 99 problems,
bro. He's not addressing the bench, bro. When the whole fan base, even the ones that love him, could see that bench ain't strong enough. He's not addressing the fact that we needed a striker that's a gunman for all the chances created. He's not addressing having a plan B when things go wrong.
I agree with you.
So how is he going to be a better manager when you're not learning, bro? You're not learning. I mean, the club stuck with you when you got 8th and 5th, and you're still not learning. Like, come on. Like, what has he learned? When you implement a style of play that makes us worse, then we still got multiple holes. You're buying players, and then either certain ones on the bench you don't want to use or start with. So then you're waiting to the 70th minute to bring them on. And then others, you're throwing them out on loan.
Yeah, I hear you.
How is that working on what you did last season? How? Tell me one thing that we worked on from last season that's improved this season. Tell me one.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question, right? Yeah, not a question of do I think he can be an elite manager in the future? Ask yourself this question, and I'm not including Barcelona in this because Barcelona are fucking on their knees at the minute. Yeah. I just see them getting slapped up by last pound match yesterday. They won yesterday, but they won by the skin of their teeth. But if Arteta got sacked today, what club that wants to win trophies is going to hire him?
Luton.
Well, don't do that. Well, I don't know. Look, I still think I'll be real. I still think Arteta is a good manager. I'm not going to knock him. I'm not here screaming Arteta's. Listen, I'll be real. Look,
you just said he might be the journeyman. You said I didn't
say he was a journeyman. I said give him time. But here's the thing.
You said he could be a journeyman. That's what you said.
Here's the thing. I would never be stupid enough to put Arteta on a level with Pep or Klopp. Right, I would never be stupid enough to do that, right? Some of your fan base are. I would never do that. But I still think Arteta shows, and also there's things about Arteta I don't like. I think he needs to learn to handle the English press better and step away, because that does impact mentality when you're getting rattled all the time and whatever. I think at times, sometimes he needs to have a plan B, and he needs to notice what's going on and make changes quicker. I also think he understands the overall philosophy. That's the key thing to me.
Good managers.
No, I agreed. And that's why I'm not putting him on a level with them yet. But I do think the fundamentals of understanding like the philosophy and about, that's the one thing I've always said to you, Northside, is even if at one point, end of this season, you finish 4th and you say he must go and you get rid, I do think he's helped Arsenal. I think he's brought you back. I think he has shown you that everyone from top to bottom has to have the same belief, the same direction. So I do think he's helped your club. If you don't win it,
yeah, that's fine. I'm not denying that, but he's not the guy. And the thing is, my fan base paint him like he's the Messiah. He's not. He's not.
Do you know what?
Just said that he's not. You just said he's not up there with the elite managers. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just said you don't put him up there with the elite
board,
manager.
bro, but that's on your board. Your board will never go in for an elite manager. That's on your board.
Okay, cool. So everyone that they appoint, Dan, ain't good enough because you just said they won't appoint an elite manager. He's not an elite manager, so why should I believe in him?
I think he's helped to change. No, bro, and I agree with you on that, but I'm just saying he's helped you.
You have to remember.
I disagree.
Look, what you have to remember is a match made in heaven, bro. It's not a question of what he's done. When you're not have the ability to clear out players that you claim that are toxic, yeah. When you get given £700 million, yeah, you are helping them. But they are helping your career as well by giving you a platform to go and think. Because when you get finished 8th, 8th, and 5th, people weren't going for that. Do you know what I'm saying? People weren't going. It's only now in last season and the season after. Now you can say he's going to be this and he's going to be that. No, bro. He's had a good apprenticeship at Arsenal. That's the truth. That's an apprenticeship, to be honest. And it's like at the end of the day, if he don't win anything, then
he's still finding his feet. He's still finding.
And you know what? The mad thing is, yeah. You know, I just want to say something.
Read that below you. Read that below you.
He's on the level of Pep. I just wanted to say this, yeah. I don't know if man think I got an earpiece or something that I'm talking to Lee. I got my own mentality. Just because you're weak, yeah. It's funny, yeah. This whole fan base listen to AFTV. They complain that Klopp flooded the pitch. They say that, oh, the team that's top of the league the longest should win the league. This is excuses from a lot of these fan base, and they're all under it, liking it and reposting it and re-saying it. Oh, but we can't compete. City got oil money. Oh, but this. Oh, but that. Oh, but only if we get this and that. You man sound like AFTV, bro. You're not original. So the fact that you're coming for me, there's loads of fans that come for me. Last time I checked, Lee's got what, 90,000? 90,000?
Yeah, about that.
90,000 subscribers? Yeah. So there's a lot of people that think like me. Just because you just want to recite everything AFTV says, I don't care if you get rattled. Keep getting rattled. I don't care. It doesn't change my life. Yeah. It doesn't change my life. Because guess what? People that I know that are not on YouTube, they keep telling me, keep going, Northside. You've never changed. Man, you don't know me. So I don't really care. You've never met me. Daps has met me in person. Yeah? Is Lee in my ear? Am I saying, hold on, Daps? I'm going to do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Let me call Lee. Lee, what would you reply to this?
Listen, let's be real. I know that relationship is not it's a friendship. It's a friendship. Like,
oh, he's out. Oh, Kieran's out. Oh, my days. Oh, I've got to shut down my channel. He's out. Oh, okay, bye. Goodbye. Yeah, because if you're so knowledgeable, why don't you set up a channel?
Anyway.
You man got better things to say. Why don't you set up a channel then? It's so easy, isn't it?
Let's move on. Northside, you winning this weekend?
Huh?
You winning this weekend?
We're not. Yeah, but when they get rattled when we lose to Liverpool, I'm just going to tell them what they tell me. Just be happy.
All right, let's get obviously Traps. Are you man winning?
I'll be so real with you, yeah. I need some clarity on this process, bro. So to be honest with you, for the greater good, yeah, I hope we can do a job. But I'm not gonna lie, I think we win, man. I think we win still.
I think you win as well. And do you think Arsenal or Liverpool?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I fancy Liverpool right now. Arsenal got no wins. Arsenal got no wins in 3. Could be no wins in 4. Obviously, PJ and Mo's complaining they're getting fouled as much. So obviously, you know already what's gonna happen. And it's like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I just think at the end of the day, right, when you look at it like this, these men have been in these situations before. They go to cup finals on a regular basis. Like, obviously, Jota's back, etc. Like, and it's just, yeah, I just think that right now, Arsenal are in a bad place, right? Not I wouldn't say it's a terrible place, but for what they was expecting, for what they told us, and for what the fans believed in the beginning, yeah, this is a massive letdown for them. And I feel like this game will be like a rude awakening for them. But you know what? They'll just turn around and say bigger fish to fry. Like Northside said, they'll say, be happy, bro. Be happy with it, bro.
Go on, Deji, over to you.
I know we're wrapping up, but I feel like
so where do you think he's going?
Yeah, I feel like there's some. Let me use my English dictionary now. I feel like there's some extreme hyperbole going on with Arsenal right now. The truth of the matter is, these men are 3 points off top. Nobody has taken the league by storm. No one. So this it's a disaster. Let's all just jump in the sea and drown. It ain't that deep. The only reason why I think Liverpool win is because they're going to put out a slightly stronger team than Arsenal. I don't believe Arsenal take the cup competitions seriously. And I've seen in the chat, Yang and a couple of other of my bedrooms have said, Nkitty Catty will start. And if Nkitty Catty is going to be the starting striker up top, it's long already. He's not going to score.
You've been on my channel. You've been on my channel. Do you rate my squad?
I don't rate your squad, bro. You know
okay,
that,
cool. Do you believe that Arsenal are going to win the league or the Champions League?
No.
Okay, cool. So why are you saying that it's being over? Because by your analysis, which I agree with, this is just a sign of what's to come.
I hear that, but at the moment, what's to come hasn't happened.
What at the moment? Who cares about at the moment?
It hasn't happened yet. You're still up there with a shout. You are,
Deji, the things you have to look at, this is the things that you have to look at, Fulham, 80th minute, these men are bouncing out the stadium, bro. Like, do you not understand? Do you know what it is, It's like, you see sometimes, like I told you about this emotional intelligence and this emotional connection that Arsenal fans have with the club, They think that they have to defend this club like it's their mother, This is the truth, And I'm telling you now, that even if in their mind, they will look you dead in the face knowing full well they think they're going to get battered 3-0, they'll tell you Arsenal are going to win. I swear on my life, they'll tell you they're going to win. But they'll lose 3-0, they'll be 1-0 down, 80th minute, and they'll bounce out the stadium, and then end up being, do you know what I'm saying? But where was the belief? Where was the belief? You've seen so many late goals, you've seen all this drop. If you believed in your team, I genuinely believe that you should stay to the end no matter what. I've sat there when we're getting spanked 4-0 against Brentford. Sat there to the end. So I knew we weren't going to win, but at the end of the day, I just believe that if you go to a football match, you must stay to the end. Because you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, listen, I've lived it. I've seen it 93-20. You have to. For me, I think Arsenal win it. I think Arsenal win. I think Liverpool are going to miss Salah too much. I think that to a certain extent, it's a hard one for me because I see Liverpool being more of a title threat than Arsenal now. And that's why I want to see Liverpool look bad without Salah.
You have to remember as well, though,
I think Arsenal are going to do this.
You see when Salah don't show up, we'll see a Salah disappear. That Jota guy just rises up the team.
Oh, I hear you. I've seen it. I've seen it, but we'll see in it. We'll see. You know what? It's an interesting one, but I just feel like I'm not ruling Arsenal out of this title race just yet. Yeah.
No, you can't. You can't rule them out.
And I think for them to get there, they have to get a result this weekend because otherwise, I think their heads are going to be gone. Their heads are going to be gone.
I listen. I keep saying this shit. I don't think the players think. Not only the players. I don't think the players don't. Not whether the fans. Sorry, the players don't think they need to win. Think about it. You're at a club when you're hearing this is phase number 1 of this and that, the other.
Yeah, but let's not act like. But hold on, bro. Let's not act like Liverpool aren't doing this phase thing at the moment because they are. Jurgen Klopp himself is doing this phase thing at the moment, so we can't act like Liverpool.
Yeah, but his first phase got them a Champions League and a Premier League.
But this is where my personal beef comes in. Why is he allowed to? Jurgen Klopp, apparently, according to Liverpool fans, is on a level with Pep. Why is he allowed to do a phase thing? But anyway, for me personally, I think Liverpool will end up being in more of a title race than Arsenal will. But I think Arsenal win this weekend. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think Arsenal win 2-1. But anyway, listen, hour and a half in. North Sides, what you got coming up, bro?
Yeah, did a live today. So yeah, go check it out. I know popular demand by the chat. So yeah, go check that out. Dropping more videos tomorrow. And yeah, man, rattling you lot. So you have more crap to talk about. And yeah, man. Yeah, dropping some videos tomorrow. And then yeah, Sunday.
That's Northside London, people. Link in the description. Deji, you got anything coming?
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a reaction to the game against Burnley, but also I'm trying something different. I will be doing some AFCON content as well, so please
Nice.
check it out. So yeah, thank you.
Love for joining us.
That's Mbizo in that, innit? I see that.
Yeah. That was good. It was a good conversation. So we'll be following the Premier League players in the AFCON.
Nice. I was going to ask who's doing that. And Traps, you're just on the Insta still, yeah? And you can catch Traps on Never a Foul very, very regularly. But what's your Insta again?
Traps.mufc. But I'm not going to lie to you, yeah? I'm in a bit of a beef with Instagram right now because I had an argument with somebody and I got banned off live for 30 days, so I'm not doing them no more. To be honest with you, I've had enough of it. But there's something in the pipeline coming with Big Steve. Don't worry. Something very good is going to happen.
Love that. And that's it. We'll be back tomorrow. We're back tomorrow night, 10 p.m., 10 or 10:15. We might also be back late morning as well. We'll see who's up, who's awake. But listen, thanks to everyone who's been here watching it for the hour and a half. Thanks to everyone who is on the panel for joining us. And listen, Monday, I'm starting a new show on here. It's going to be myself and I'm going to have a big panel. Going to be around about 7 p.m. And we will be talking about this Arsenal and Liverpool game. But listen, everyone sleep well. Have a blessed weekend. And thank you for sticking with me and my squinting. We out.